When Michelle Young became pregnant again after her tragic miscarriage, she was over the moon and named the child Ryan. Unknown to Michelle, she and the infant Ryan will meet a tragic and cruel end. Jason Young left his wife at home to travel to a business meeting on that fateful November morning. He didn't envision coming back to police inquiry and members of his family in tears at the brutal murder of his wife and his unborn child. But who could have killed a defenseless pregnant woman in her home? Hello and welcome back to Crime Mystic, where we cover solved, unsolved, and twisted cases from around the world. Today we take a look at the twisted case of Michelle Young. But before we delve any further, please take the time to show your support by subscribing to our channel, liking our videos, and clicking on that notification bell to receive the latest videos straight to your inbox. Now that that's done, let's get to the case. Raleigh is the capital city of North Carolina. Situated within the Research Triangle metro area, Raleigh is the largest city in this region. The city is affectionately known as the City of Oaks due to the abundance of oak trees lining its streets. Raleigh boasts esteemed educational institutions such as North Carolina State University, NC State, and is part of the renowned Research Triangle, comprising Durham, home to Duke University, and North Carolina Central University, and Chapel Hill, home to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. The city experienced rapid growth, solidifying its status as one of the fastest-growing cities in the country. This is the city where Michelle Young and her husband settled down. The small town of Sayville, New York, witnessed the birth of Michelle Young on February 17, 1977. From a young age, she displayed remarkable perseverance and determination. Michelle's determination and drive propelled her towards her ambitious goals. She excelled academically and was the cheerleading team captain, displaying her commitment to success. Aspiring to become a tax lawyer, she enrolled at NC State University in Raleigh, prioritizing her studies over cheerleading. After 4 years, she earned her master's degree and secured a job at a local accounting firm, kickstarting her professional journey. Michelle's dedication to her career allowed her to rent an apartment in a desirable area. During her 24th birthday celebration, she met Jason, an older alumnus of the same university, marking the beginning of their connection. They quickly established a connection and soon began dating. Jason, a sales agent for a prominent power tools company, initially resided in another city, but started spending more time in Raleigh after meeting Michelle. Eventually, he permanently moved to the city, and the couple decided to live together. Michelle and Jason's relationship led to marriage after Michelle became pregnant, and their daughter Cassidy was born in 2004. With Michelle's sister Meredith nearby, they enjoyed regular help with childcare. However, tragedy struck when Michelle suffered a devastating pregnancy loss after a car accident while visiting Jason's parents. Despite the heartbreak, Michelle soon discovered she was pregnant again, this time with a baby boy. Excitedly awaiting their son's arrival, Jason had to leave for a business trip to Clintwood in November 2006 as part of his work as a sales agent. The couple's journey was marked by joy and hardship as they navigated the highs and lows of starting a family. Alone at home and in need of company, Michelle invited her friend Shelley to come for a visit. The two women spent the evening engaged in heartfelt conversations and shared laughter. Little did they know that the next morning would mark a fateful turn of events. Jason contacted his sister-in-law Meredith and shared his plan to surprise Michelle with a designer women's bag as a gift for their upcoming 3rd anniversary. He had encountered a great discount on an online store and wanted to order it before leaving for another city on business. In a rush to keep the surprise from his wife Michelle, the husband accidentally left printed pages with bag options on his home office table. Concerned that Michelle might find them, he asked Meredith, Michelle's sister, to retrieve the papers. When Meredith arrived at the house around 1 p.m., she realized she didn't have the keys. Knowing the garage door was easily lifted, she entered the house and noticed something unusual. Michelle's car was parked inside, suggesting she was home. Upstairs, Meredith discovered a blood stain and Michelle's lifeless body. Distressed, she called 911 while Cassidy, their 2-year-old daughter, emerged from hiding. Meredith contacted the police and waited outside with Cassidy for their arrival. Medical professionals promptly examined Cassidy while the police initiated their investigation of the crime scene, gathering evidence and clues to shed light on the tragic event. As the detectives carefully examined the crime scene, they couldn't help but notice something peculiar. The room was covered in bloody footprints belonging to a child, yet Cassidy's feet were miraculously clean. The footprints led in a particular direction, guiding the investigators to the bathroom. Detectives investigating the crime scene discovered bloodstains inside the house, likely left by the child. They deduced that after the murder, the perpetrator had confined Cassidy to the bathroom and cleaned her to remove any traces of blood. No signs of forced entry were found, but Michelle's missing wedding and engagement rings indicated a targeted motive rather than a simple robbery. Valuables and cash were left untouched, ruling out a straightforward theft. Unfamiliar hairs and unidentified fingerprints pointed to the presence of an unknown person. Forensic experts found 2 distinct shoe prints in the bedroom, providing clues about the sizes and models used. Medical experts concluded that Michelle had suffered a fatal blow to the head, receiving over 30 strikes from a heavy object. Tragically, Michelle was 5 months pregnant at the time of her demise, and her unborn baby did not survive the vicious attack. Although the precise time of her death could not be determined, experts speculated that it likely transpired between 5 and 6 in the morning. The brutality of the crime suggested that the perpetrator possessed a personal vendetta against Michelle, possibly indicating a prior connection. As customary, the detectives initially focused their attention on Michelle's husband, Jason. They interviewed friends and family members who provided a wealth of information. Their marital relationship proved tumultuous, frequently marked by domestic disputes. Jason had expressed discontent when Michelle became pregnant with their first child, even urging her to terminate the pregnancy, a request she firmly denied. Similarly, when Michelle became pregnant again after their accident, Jason was less than thrilled with the news, hinting at the possibility of an impending divorce. Meredith, Michelle's sister, also disclosed a peculiar detail to the police. She found it strange that Jason had requested the retrieval of a handbag, especially given their evident marital issues. Moreover, more than 3 weeks had passed since their anniversary. However, one undeniable fact contradicted the theories surrounding Jason's involvement. At the time of the murder, he was in a city located 490 kilometers away. While coming back, Jason received a call from a friend who informed him of the police's increasing interest in his connection to the case. In response, Jason made an unusual decision, stating his refusal to speak to the authorities and expressing his intention to hire a lawyer, an action that only intensified suspicion surrounding him. During the investigation, a lead emerged when hotel staff discovered an open fire door held ajar by a red stone. This door, typically closed from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m., raised suspicion. Reviewing surveillance footage, they found a camera near the door had been deliberately disconnected. However, at 5:50 a.m., it suddenly began functioning again. Another revelation came from a college friend of Michelle, who admitted to a romantic involvement with Jason. Disturbingly, he had written to her shortly before the murder, implying a tragic outcome. Additionally, a gas station employee identified Jason as the man in a white SUV around 5 to 6 a.m. in the morning, who behaved erratically. This proved that Jason was away from the hotel at the time of the murder. With enough evidence, Jason was charged to court. During the trial, it was revealed that he had a lot of mistresses. The mistresses and the gas station attendant testified against him. The jury, after deliberation, failed to reach a unanimous verdict, resulting in a hung jury with an 8-4 split favoring acquittal. Consequently, Jason faced a second trial where he chose not to testify, and instead, a video of his testimony from the first trial was presented to the jury. After only 6 hours of deliberation, the jury pronounced him guilty of first-degree murder. During the sentencing, the judge emphasized that not only did Jason possess a motive to harm Michelle, but all the circumstances pointed directly towards him. As a result, Jason received a life sentence in prison without the possibility of parole. Michelle's family filed a civil lawsuit against Jason and was granted $15.5 million as damages. Linda Fisher and Meredith Lynn Fisher, Michelle Young's mother and sister respectively, also initiated legal proceedings in North Carolina to seek custody of Michelle's 4-year-old daughter, Cassidy. After an intense legal battle, Cassidy now lives with them. Today's story shows that even the people closest to us can harm us and can be capable of unimaginable levels of cruelty. Do you think Jason's sentence was light or severe? Do you believe Jason traveled more than 100 miles to kill his wife? Let us know what you think in the comments section. If you find this interesting, comment and subscribe for more.